静岡県出身、エマこと天野きららさんによります省エネモードで生きるです。天野さん、よろしくお願いいたします。
こんにちは、エマこと、ありがとうございます。エマこと天野きららです。つい先日、私19歳になりました。ありがとうございます。私的には正直、やっと19歳か、そんな風に思っています。それくらい私にとっては濃くて長い19年でした。そんな私が今回お話しするのは、楽に生きる人生のすすめです。私は高校で親元を離れ寮生活を経験し、その後この個性あふれる iBS 外語学院に入学しました。たくさんの人と出会い、多くの価値観に触れ、人間関係にずっと悩んできたからこそ今の私があります。そんな私の価値観も含めて今日はぜひお聞きください。ではお話しします。I'm a person who hates doing something tiresome. As a result of mastering it, I found a stress-free way to live. When I was a high school student, I decided to live in energy-saving mode. Energy-saving mode is meant to spend time thinking about many things. Getting tired would be wasteful. So, I want to put all my effort into what I want to do. Everyone might suffer from many things in school, work, or relationships in daily life. To survive in this society with stresses, we should change our perspective to stress-free. So, Method 1 for living life without stress. Let's live with stress. We express the word stress. We hold stress in Japanese. ストレスを抱える。This is exactly how we capture this word. Like holding something heavy. As if stress is bad thing. However, stress is something we can't be separated from. So we don't need to hold it. If you are tired of something or have too much stress, let it walk next to you. Stress is something to live with, not something to hold. That's the point. Method 2. A self-contained person is best. How should we deal with stress? The worst way to deal with stress is put the blame on someone else. But it is not like everything is my fault. I realize that putting the blame on someone else makes more annoyed because it makes me think why. Then I feel anger and I get tired. Finally, I found the idea of self-containment. I communicate with myself when I get angry. In other words, facing myself and seeing the big picture. If you do this, most problems can be cleaned up with self-containment. When you can't cope, you can easily get angry or depressed, right? Once you realize that you can easily find solution, like I will make dinner richer tonight. I will soak in the bathtub longer than usual. you can master this way of thinking, you can clean up your feelings like this person has no space in their heart. When you are confronted with unreasonable ideas. However, I'm not a person who can always accept those things. In those times, I try to have dialogue with others. It is not just to judge if something is good or bad. It needs to make a place for telling what they truly think in their heart. We refuse each other if we are angry at each other. But if you can discuss your feelings honestly, they would accept the criticism without complaint. You will never get what they feel if you don't ask. So you need to be honestly and know what they think. If you want someone to do something for you, you have to do first. Is a lesson here. Method 3. Find someone who can praise you. This might actually be the most important thing. The reason why I can be an unstressed person is because I could meet those who always praise you. Praise me. After all, we are damaged or helped by others' words. Words have such an impact. I always used to wish there would be someone to praise me all the time when I struggle with something. People I met in Kagoshima were very good at praising others. I like the way you think. It's amazing that you can do this. They praise specific things I do. They accept me by saying, you are as free as a cat. If there is such a person around you, maybe you can do anything. However, if you can't find such a person, you should be a person who can praise someone first, same as I told you before. 類は友を呼ぶ Birds of a feather flock together. If you are good with words, you will be surrounded by people who are good with words. Now everyone, are you ready to be released from stress? These 19 years were very, very long and dense for me. I thought I would spend a hard time for a happy life for the rest of my life. I will struggle with many things in the future from now. I want to be a person who can pick up even small happiness and won't be disturbed by bad emotion. I wish everyone won't get caught up with stress and spend the best life. Thank you very much.
ありがとうございました。では、アンについてコメントをお願いいたします。
So thank you for an interesting, positive, and honest speech. I'm glad that you were able to know yourself and what kind of person you are, so you can understand how to live life the way that is right for you without adding too much stress on yourself. And I think it's really important, the message that you gave, that we cannot get away from stress. There will always be stress in your life. So instead of holding it, you have to learn to live with it, to have a dialogue with yourself. And that's how you can cope with the stress. By the way, I thought it was kind of funny that your image about living with stress was like a person holding a child's hand. And I have 2 small children, so my children cause me a lot of stress, but of course I love them and I live with them, so when they cause me stress, I try not to get mad at them. I have to cope with them. And I like what you said about finding someone who can praise you, and if you can't find that person, be that person, and especially about not getting angry with other people. In the Bible, there is the famous concept of turn the other cheek. The idea that if someone slaps you, then instead of slapping them back, you turn your cheek. So you can say, here, slap this one also. A lot of people misunderstand that as just not fighting back when you have something bad done to you. But the real message is, if you do not fight back, the other person can see what they have done. They have a chance to reflect, and you don't get caught up in their anger. So maybe they're angry, but you don't get angry. So those are very good messages you shared today. Thank you.
では、竹内さん、コメントお願いいたします。
やっぱり聖書の国の人ですよね。聖書にそういう君が言ったようなことをいっぱい書いてあるんですけど、本当に素晴らしいメッセージだと思うんですが、省エネっていうけど本当無駄が多いですよね。省エネって言いながら逆のなんていうかな、そのエネルギーを無駄にすることばっかり世の中してますもんね。一番省エネで一番ダメなのが戦争ですもんね。だからやっぱりお金を稼ぐためにみんな無駄を作るんですよね。お金を稼ぐために一生懸命勉強させられるんですよね。もう君の言うように何もしないでのんびりする方が一番いいって本当に当たってるんですね。僕もできるだけそうしたいんですが、今アンドリュー先生が言ったようにやっぱりストレスから逃げれることはできない。ストレスとどう生きていくかっていうのが大切だっていう、そういうのが全部自分に返ってくるんですけど、やっぱり君がやることを褒めてくれる人が一番いいですよね。僕はこうやってステージに立って一生懸命やってる君をもう最高に褒めたいと思うんですけれども、多分お母さんも褒めてると思うんですけれども、イエスですよね。やっぱりそういうふうにして褒めてもらいたければ今度は褒めてもらえるような行動もするし、で褒めてあげることもするしで、やっぱり持ちつ持たれつですよね、いろんな意味でね。でもなかなかね、みんなにこう訴えるようなメッセージでした。よかったです。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございました。